What is up guys, Cardhog here, and today I'm here with another unboxing video. Today we'll be unboxing the ST10, also known as the Ultimate Deck for One Piece card game. And this is a product that I've been super excited for just because it is a product featuring a lot of my favorite characters in One Piece. And so yeah, let's get right into the opening. So I bought two of these just so I can get a play set of everything, but I think out of the box, this is a pretty decent product. And it came out on July 29th, so just a couple days ago. And okay, so here is everything it comes with. Comes with the deck box, which is really nice. It does come with the deck and no sleeves, which is interesting because I think Digimon did the opposite with the advanced deck, where you get a you get the sleeves and you get the box, but you don't get a deck box. You get the sleeves and you get a deck and some alt arts. But all right, so let's have a look at the main deck. So these are the Dons that you get from the Ultimate Deck. So these are foiled Dons, which look pretty dope. I'll probably replace all my regular plain Dons with this. So nice. They look good. They look better than the white ones, I think. And you get 3 leaders with this deck. So the first is the Trafalgar Law, which is pretty cool. You lose 3 Don, and then you can bounce one of their 3,000 power or less characters back to the bottom of the deck, and then you can play a 4 cost or less character from your hand, which is pretty cool. We get a Luffy, which is 6,000 power, which is one of the main things, but it only has 3 life. And it works pretty well with the upcoming OP5 stuff, especially the Gear 5, which I'm very excited to play. And he looks really nice as well. So if you have 0 Don or 8 Don, 8 or above Don, you can put an active Don to your Don area. So pretty good. And we also have the Kid. If this card's if your life is 4 or above, you lose 1,000 power. And on attack, you can trash 1 Don to give this leader plus 2,000 power. So pretty interesting. They're all very interesting leaders, I think, and they all have a lot of potential. I think the current support that we have with the deck, though, doesn't fully utilize all their abilities. So I think with OP5, I think they'll be able to be a lot stronger. But let's have a look at the main deck too. So we have the 4 of the ST10 Sanji, which on play, if there's a 1,000 power or above character on your opponent's field, this card gets Rush. So that's pretty cool. We get the Junbei. On attack, if this card's 1 Don, then you can give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power. Pretty cool. It's also 2,000 power, so that's pretty helpful. And we have the new 10 cost Luffy. So first off, it has Rush, and it's got a really powerful ability of if your opponent has a blocker, activates a blocker, then you can KO a 8,000 power or less character on your opponent's field. So I think this card has a lot of potential. It just definitely makes your opponent more scared to use blockers. So pretty good. So this new killer is on your turn. Once per turn, whenever a Don is returned to your Don deck, you can KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with 3 costs or less. So I think this card has a lot of potential as well. All of these cards are they have a lot of potential, but I think it'll rely on more future support. We also have the dudes from, this is from the Heart Pirates. On play, if you have 3 or less Don, then you can add up to 2 Dons to your Don deck. So that's pretty good. From your Don deck, yeah. You have 4 of those. So next we also have John Bart, which is on play. You can rest a Dawn to add a Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So pretty good, it just expedites your Dawn. You have 4 of those. And you get 2 of the new Trafalgar Law. It is a blocker. And on play you can return one of your Dawns to Dawn deck to... What is this? If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, trash 2 cards from opponent's hand. So this is also pretty devastating. I think if your opponent is hogging cards in their hand, you can use this to punish them. So, pretty interesting. And we also have, what is this? This is Heat. So, when a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, this character gets plus 2,000 power until your next turn. So you can potentially use this just to use it as a 6k beater. Pretty nice, especially since he's only 3 costs. So that was cool. Beepo, 4 Beepos. So Beepo on play and on attack. If your opponent has more Dawn cards on the field than you, then you can add up to 1 Dawn card to your Dawn deck, and it's rested. So just lots of ways to expedite your Dawn, just because if you're using your law leader and whatnot, you will be you will be returning a lot of Dawn to your Dawn deck, so this deck kind of just fully capitalizes on it, so it's pretty good. We also have Useless Kid. This is on play and on attack, you -1 Dawn, and then one of your leaders get plus 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. So very strong. Buffs your, if you're playing Luffy, it buffs it to 7k, and it buffs your Law and Kid to 6k. So pretty good. Makes you a little bit more tanky. And we also have Wire. It is a blocker, and when a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, you can draw a card and trash 1 card to your hand. So a little bit of recycling. And then we have a bunch of red cards now. So we have Gum Gum Giant Sumo Slam. So it's counter, and up to 1 of your leader characters get plus 2,000 power, and then KO up to 1 of your opponent's character with 2,000 power or less. So this helps with some decks that uses rushes. So we only get 2 of these, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. We have 2 of these decks. We also have 2 Gum Gum Gone Gatling. So just kill something 7,000 power or less. And the trigger is up to 1 of your leaders get plus 1,000 power until the end of your turn. Until your next turn, yeah. Alright. And we also have Punk Vise. So rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, and then add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck to your battle area and rest it. And then next we have a bunch of reprints, which is pretty nice. So we have 4 Zoros. So this is a very nice reprint. I think a lot of decks do use this. And obviously the old art isn't very nice, so I'm very happy that we have this nice looking new art for Zoro. The old one is just kind of him, it's just him cropped, and this has a nice new art. Does him justice. We also have the Searcher Nami, which is very nice as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do a proper Zoro deck and not a Zoro deck that relies on the white beards, because yeah, I don't know. I don't really, it doesn't feel right using that, but I think, yeah, I don't know. It's my OCD kicking in again. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this unboxing. It's a very, very, very nice deck. And I think this is it's a perfect product for people to get into, because all 3 leaders are, again, very viable, and they all look really nice, and I think they all have a lot of potential. So just buying 1 of these ultimate decks will let you try out 3 different playstyles, because even though the deck is the same, the playstyle is going to be really different depending on how which leader you run. So I think that's definitely very interesting. And yeah, One Piece is one of the games where I think the leader choices that you have is really good. I think all the different leaders that we get definitely spice up the game a bit, and it makes decks that are similar just play pretty differently. So I that's something I really appreciate about the One Piece card game. But that's pretty much it for this unboxing, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Karotaku, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!